Okay, so here's our next example. I'm going to, first off, I recognize that this is a trinomial. Now, in order to identify my LCD, my lowest common denominator, I should probably factor this. So I'm just going to write the rest of the equation as it stands. And then I'm going to factor the denominator, use the product sum method, what two numbers multiply to -4 but add to -3. Well, wouldn't you know it, it factors into x plus 1, x minus 4. Now, we would strongly suspect this, but my LCD is going to be x plus 1, x minus 4. Now, for each of these, what are my restrictions, or people call them non-permissible values? Well, my non-permissible values is when my denominator's 0, any denominator. So this denominator here is 0 when x is equal to -1. This denominator here is equal to 0 when x is equal to 4. Now, my quadratic is equal to 0, well, when either this factor or this factor is equal to 0. Well, and that happens when x is -1 or x is 4. So let me just get rid of all this ugly marking here, and then we'll go on. So I'm just going to make sure I've identified my non-permissible values of -1 and 4. My LCD, keep in mind, is x plus 1, x minus 4. So I'm going to take my expression here, and I'm going to multiply both sides by x plus 1, my LCD, and x minus 4. And you should maybe look for factors that cancel each other out. We're not going into an equation that has an exponent 3, I hope, because otherwise I'll be lost. So I'm going to distribute this multiplication once and twice. So this term is really x plus 1 times x minus 4 times x plus 1. Now subtract. This is keeping my term the same. But now I need to multiply this by x plus 1. X minus 4 is equal to, now on the right hand side was 5, x plus 1, x minus 4. Also need to multiply this by my LCD, which is x plus 1, x minus 4. Now this looks like a big jumbled mess here, and some of it appears to be a little bit not nicely organized, so I'll just clean some of this up so we can effectively see. The next thing I'm going to do, so I multiplied both sides of the equation by my LCD. Since the left-hand side was a binomial, I needed to multiply both my terms by that LCD. I'm going to cross out any factors that are common to both numerator and denominator. So x plus 1 is common to x plus 1. So I'm just going to cross those out. They cancel each other out. Now x minus 4 cancels out with x minus 4. Now my factor x plus 1 cancels out with x plus 1. Same with x minus 4 cancels out with x minus 4. Now it was really critical that I factor everything to see what the lowest common denominator was. So now I'm just going to rewrite this, what's ever left over. Now x minus 4 times x in that first term, minus, now x plus 1, pardon me, this should be, I copied this down wrong, this should be x plus 1, but it doesn't really matter for the meantime. So this is multiplied by x plus 1 is equal to 5. So now I'm going to multiply, let's see how much space I have. Okay, I got to be wary of space and my non-permissible values. I'm going to continue to multiply this through. So this is x squared minus 4x minus, I better be careful. I'm going to put this in brackets and evaluate what's in the brackets first because I need to multiply before I subtract. X plus 1 times x plus 1 is, so we need to FOIL this out. So that's x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 5. I'm going to continue on now. Now I'm going to distribute that negative sign to all my terms in that polynomial. So that's fairly straightforward now. So subtract, maybe I'll put this in a different color like orange. Subtract x squared, subtract 2x, subtract 1 is equal to 5. Now before we get too excited and we were quite worried, wouldn't it be nice if a lot of this stuff just canceled? So I'm going to collect like terms. And what I notice is the x squared minus x squared cancel each other out to make 0. The next like term I'm going to say is minus 4x minus 2x. Well, that creates negative 6x. And then negative 1 and 5 are constants. So I'm going to put those together. And in fact, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So that just creates 6. So 6x is equal to 6. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. So 6 divided by negative 6. So I get x is equal to negative 1. So that's my solution. Oh, wait a second. I should be careful of this because my non-permissible values where x cannot be equal to 1. But yet my solution is x is equal to 1. So this solution is not allowed. So I can conclude, therefore, there are no solutions. The only solution we had was made our denominator equal to 0, which can't happen. It's a non-permissible value.